On Friday, Bybit was hacked. And if that wasn't bad enough, turns out this hack was the single largest hack in all of history. Then what we witnessed over the rest of the weekend was a proper masterclass on how to deal with a disaster. The Bybit team demonstrated to us not only how to survive a bank run, but they also taught us how to keep business going as usual. All of this led by their CEO, Ben. And as of today, they report that they have even closed the ETH gap since the hack. And in large part, it's due to the support they received from their community. So in today's show, we cover what happened, who was responsible, who was behind this hack, and how the crypto market is bouncing back so fast after this Black Swan event. So hello guys, my name is Jessica. Welcome to my show. And without further ado, let us jump into today's video. Okay, so as of the time of today's video, and happy Monday to everybody, Bitcoin is at $95,500 and some dollars. We do know that Bitcoin dipped a bit. I wouldn't say it was so concerning, but Bitcoin did dip during the weekend, in large part due to Bybit, but it actually didn't go down so much. And that is what is most astounding of Bitcoin. And this is part of what we're going to get into in today's video. Next, if we take a look at how Bitcoin has been doing in comparison to last bull run cycles, bull run years, you would see that as of right now, we are the green line on the screen. And you would see that it looks like we're potentially outperforming last bull run, but we have yet to see. In either case, all is well. And just some more news for you on what's going on the macro scene. You would know, or I'm here to tell you, that BlackRock, $11 trillion worth of BlackRock, is getting ready to list the Bitcoin ETFs in Europe. So talk about enormous exposure. This is incredible for Bitcoin and ultimately the crypto space, since if you look at Bitcoin, you basically end up, out of the corner of your eye, like seeing crypto and the rest of the crypto market. So this is ultimately incredible news for Bitcoin and mass adoption. Next, now getting into what happened with Bybit over the weekend. I'm going to read a few different key tweets to you and it'll give you an idea of what happened, although you may have already followed it, in which case I'm just summing up these events for you. Okay, so we know that this is the message that Ben, the CEO from Bybit, sent out as soon as he started to notice abnormal withdrawal. So he says Bybit ETH multi-sig, right? Because it required multiple signatures to unlock their, I think it was their cold storage. Yeah, cold wallet. Just made a transfer to our warm wallet about 1 hour ago. It appears that the specific transaction was musked. All the signers saw the Musk UI, which showed the correct address and the URL from the safe. However, the signing message was to change the smart contract logic of our ETH cold wallet. This resulted, as a result, the hacker took control of the specified ETH cold wallet we signed and transferred all the ETH in the cold wallet to this unidentified address. So please rest assured that all of the cold wallets are secure. All withdrawals are normal. At this point, when he sent out this message, I know that many in the crypto space were still questioning his validity, because in the past, with past hacks, and what happened with FTX, although that turned out to be a scam, or with other past hacks, right? Like the CEO always first comes out and says everything is fine, but he ended up really proving it and handling it in less than 12 hours. So then he also reaches out for help to the community, asking if any team can help them to track the stolen funds. So it's incredible. Apparently 1.4 billion. So I heard some accounts saying it was 1.5, but I guess it was 1.4 billion worth in ETH, and all the different forms of ETH basically flowed out of Bybit. And these are the addresses that the hacker used. So it's interesting because I saw, a couple interviews by Ben, and he says he got like the alert message to sign from a safe URL, right? That's the company's name that they used. But then I wonder how they were, I don't know if the hacker was able to put like a pop-up in front of their safe URL. So I'm not sure how that happened, but it was a really, really sophisticated hack. Anyway, those are the addresses that were involved. And we know that in total, it's the largest hack of all time, as I was saying in the intro, representing 16% of all previous crypto hacks. So it's quite tremendous. I know it really shook the space, but at the same time, so many people that know Bybit, know the team, work for the team, everyone felt very, very confident in them, which was really refreshing to see, for once, because typically so far with our luck in crypto, a lot of these hacks have been really like defamatory and made the crypto space look really bad. So this was not good that this hack happened. And now we know it was actually North Korea. Oh my gosh, we binged on North Korea news and history over the weekend as well, just trying to like understand more about this country. But yeah, it's a really, poor country, and they have whole hacker teams dedicated to, I guess, trying to navigate the digital markets. Anyway, I don't know why they can't just join the global market, producing some goods of some sort the way the rest of the global market participating countries do. But for some reason, North Korea wants to be harming people. And in any case, the hack basically affected Bitcoin by 1.75%, which is actually phenomenal, and tells us that Bitcoin has really like graduated, I would say, in solidarity and in popularity and in distribution and in people really believing and understanding Bitcoin. It's not a speculative asset so much more anymore, is really what this says. So this is really, really good news. So I know Bitcoin isn't like really, it didn't rage past 100K the way we were hoping over the weekend and the way I said in my last video. But considering we went through an enormous hack over the weekend, and it, hacks send fear throughout the market, and the market doesn't react good to fear and uncertainty. So considering all that happened this weekend, I would say Bitcoin's doing solid, and that's what its price reflects to us. That said, shortly after, about 24 hours, less than 24 hours after the hack, Ben, the CEO, came out and said that they secured almost 80% of its lost ETH in bridge loans, which I guess they asked the bridges to front them. I don't know how that works, honestly. From partners to ease liquidity crunch to allow business to flow as normal. So I guess this kind of tells us how much they generate in fees or however their financial mechanism works, because they basically, from my understanding, borrowed this much to continue to let business roll as normal until they were able to make it up. Because I know that as of now, they are like, all is good. Sabay, sabay, the way they say in Thailand, all is well. Because you can see here, this is so, this previous message I was showing you on the screen by the block was 12 hours after the hack. We also have Ben 12 hours after the hack also saying that, the worst hack, they were 12 hours had passed since the worst hack in all of history had happened. And then he has an update for us. He says all withdrawals have been processed. Like, how impressive is that? This is like a true testament of the power of crypto technology, right? Business in the Web3 marketplace. This is truly phenomenal. It's not a DEX, but it doesn't matter. It's the technology, and it speaks to us of the speed at which the crypto market is now doing business. This is really a wonderful testament, because apparently within 12 hours, all withdrawals were processed. He goes on to say, our withdrawal system is now fully back to normal pace. You can withdraw any amount and experience no delays. Thanks for your patience, and we are sorry that this all happened. Bybit will come out with a full incident report as well as security measurement in the next few days. I will also personally keep you all posted on any new updates. We make some self-responsible, which is what a leader does. Thanks to all the clients, friends, and partners who have helped and supported us during this excruciating 12 hours. Oh my gosh, the real work has just now started. I can so relate, because I went through a hack in my early days as well, and it was all day, all night. We were taking shifts to sleep. Anyway, so really huge kudos to them, to the Bybit team. They really, I think, made the crypto space look good for once. Anyway, so then Ben gives us another update that was today, a few hours ago, and he says, latest update, Bybit has already fully closed the ETH gap. New audited POR report will be published very soon to show that Bybit is again back to 100% one-to-one on client assets through Merkle Tree, which is some system. Stay tuned. So I love the transparency, forthcomingness, the responsibility, the personal responsibility taken in Ben's delivery. I think it is really proper. And then you can see here is released by Zach XBT. Apparently, this is what I was telling you earlier, it's been confirmed it was the Lazarus Group, which is basically, like North Korea or like associated to North Korea. So yeah, that's not good, huh? But if we're to compare it to, the impacts, such a bank run or bank robbery, because that's what happened, would be compared, or would be experienced rather by an actual bank. Like if this had been Bank of America or Chase Bank or any of the other banks, and we have Kashif here to give us his example, but he says if a bank were to be hacked for 1.4 billion, they would freeze withdrawals, inform the government, set up an inquiry commission, years of investigation, customers standing in the queue, branches closed, competitors getting an advantage. However, the crypto space demonstrated through Bybit, thank you, as an example. However, Bybit, was hacked for 1.4 billion. What did they do instead? The CEO came live to be accountable and speak to everybody. The industry united. It's like the first hack I've seen where like everyone was defending Bybit. Competitors lent support. Like, wow, like this is so awesome. 1 hour and everything was back to normal. And the industry itself is tracking and freezing. 0 withdrawals pending. Everything was settled. And then Shakif wraps it up by saying, this is what they don't like about crypto. Unity. Well, I will say to this last point that, I think they just don't like crypto because they don't understand it and people inherently resist what they don't know or what's new. So there's that element. 2, crypto is just from the future. It's a whole other language. It's like bending space and time. It's a lot, for normal people that are not in the tech industry to wrap their head around. It's just a lot. And then there's been really bad scams giving the crypto space a really bad reputation. Silk Road, that wasn't a good reputation. It was associated to drugs. I am happy Ross is freed. I think he was very young and very smart, and he, didn't think through all the implications and just happened to use Bitcoin as a payment method because it was off. It was easier to control your anonymity, right? Like how anonymous you are. Yes, it's transparent, but you're hiding behind a long number. And if you know what you're doing on the dark web, you can be invisible. So anyway, but it is wonderful. I'm actually a little shocked and a little surprised to see how much the crypto community rallied and stood up and like helped Bybit. I really am, because crypto is really tribalistic and everyone wants to win and is like, but there's different personalities types in the crypto space. And I think that this whole PvP, player against player mentality, happens a lot more so on the really new retail pump and dump sort of like type of people that are just like traders. I'm sorry, trying to make money, turn money fast. But then you have builders, people, building, Bybit, like Ben or like other builders of projects that see each other and they have a sense of camaraderie with each other. And that's what I'm really proud to see. And it's a little shocking at the same time, considering how PvP the crypto market has really been. So it's really refreshing. I'm really good to see, And then we know that we know that when the hack happened, it hit all the market. Everything was down. But within 12 to 24 hours, Ethereum was outperforming Bitcoin and Solana, which is a sign of strength in an alt season. And as you can see here by Max Brown on X, he shares a chart. I love charts like this because they really give you a big picture view. So easy. And I don't like charts that are of 24-hour or like even week-long charts, because they don't give you the full big picture. Now, if project's new or token's new, then you can only go off of a shorter term chart. But if not, it's really nice to see a big picture, longer term timeline reflected in a chart because it gives you more sense of depth and awareness in terms of where we are in the market. So anyway, this chart shows us exactly where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are, like, look at the green boxes, okay? Like, look at what happened in all previous green boxes and then look at where we are now, which is down here where I'm circling, okay? We are definitely projected to have a huge pump starting soon. But okay, so this is a theory. We're going to start wrapping up here soon, but we do have theories on trying to understand how this bull run works, because traditionally it's been like all value goes into Bitcoin, then it like sort of heats up, and then some of that value starts to spill over because the market gets a little excited or greedy. It starts to roll over into altcoins. And then from there, it's like water. It's like everything floods and like all tokens go up, and then eventually gets a little bit more niche and degen, like into meme coins or NFTs last bull run, you know? And then it's just money making. It's in and out, in and out. And then from there, usually the market, you know, cools off, crashes, and then cools off. And then we wait until the next bull run. Well, this year, things are working a little different, thanks in large part to the Bitcoin ETFs. So this is by Crypto Stream, what I'm going to read here to you. And they point out which tokens are up this week. And here you go. You can see which ones are up. Many of these I know and hold, and some of these I do not. Okay. Then this person goes on to say that apparently Ki-Young Ju, a crypto quant CEO, suggests we need to rethink how we define an alt season. Traditionally meant, as I was saying, liquidity rotating from Bitcoin into alts. And then with Bitcoin dominance, right? I've brought this up in several shows as the key metric. But with the ETF, everything is changing. As I was telling you, Bitcoin liquidity is now locked inside of the ETF, meaning it's not rotating into altcoins like before. Okay, I would say like yes and no on this point, because the value that's flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs is not money that would have rolled into Bitcoin normally. Like the new money that should have rolled into Bitcoin to get the alt season going would have been from like previous Bitcoin whales and holders, or new retail entering into the market, getting exposed and educated in Bitcoin and its value, coming in to buy it, right? So I wouldn't agree with this statement 100%, but I get what they're saying, right? So anyway, they go on to say that the new metric to watch is now altcoin trading volume relative to Bitcoin volume. So he may be right. He says in plain English, alt season is being driven by stable coin holders favoring altcoins, right? So it's very niche now, not by a direct rotation from Bitcoin. That's interesting. Bitcoin has decoupled from the broader crypto market. According to Key, right, this analyst I was talking about, one of the top blockchain data analysts, we've just entered into alt season. But what does a selective alt season mean? It means liquidity, or the amount of money coming into alt seasons, is not enough, right? Or it's too fragmented. It's too focused and niched on specific types of crypto tokens that it's not going to raise all altcoins. Instead, only a handful of altcoins will see explosive gains while the rest stagnate. But there's another key change. The market moves faster. I agree with this one. I'm not sure you've already noticed, but there's faster rotations and sharper sell-offs. I've noticed that for sure. This isn't temporary. The market is simply more efficient now, and that won't change. Even if the conditions improve, the average trader is faster, smarter, and more focused. And we have AI, like more AI bots, trading bots than ever before. That's a huge factor. Winners in this market aren't just right, they're fast. Stay sharp or get left behind. So I agree with most of this and some of it for sure, like the market just being faster now. But yeah, I don't agree with all of these points made, as I mentioned. But all right, in terms of some new bullish news, because we know Solana took a big hit and hasn't fully recovered yet since its last Libra scam. And then now with this whole crazy new but like hack that Bybit went through, affecting the larger market. And then of course that affects all coins. So poor Solana. But anyway, it's still a good chain, I believe. And right now they have this announcement. So they're going to be having yield generating stablecoin on Solana soon. No lockups and used 24/7 and secured on chain. So this could be very interesting, and it would be very good for them as well to bring some attention and liquidity back. But okay, so what's the other piece of news I have for you regarding Solana? So hopefully these all these new pieces of news really help Solana. Apparently Franklin Templeton, which is some financial institution management company, they filed to have a Solana ETF with staking. So that's very, very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. And they would not be doing this if they didn't believe and know enough about the way Solana works. They would not be filing for a Solana ETF. So that's very good news that we should probably pay attention to. But okay guys, that's a wrap for today's video. I hope that you have a broader sense and a good understanding on what happened with the Bybit hack and know that they are now back up and running 100%. It's actually really wonderful, really refreshing to see this happen for once with a big crypto exchange. It's beautiful to see how the crypto space really united and everyone helped Bybit. That's wonderful, and it sends a wonderful message to the rest of the market. So I do hope Solana recovers well as well, and I'm so positive and certain that Bitcoin will be pumping soon and that it will be the altcoin parabolic phase here soon as well. And in the meantime, we have nothing more to do other than just to keep working, doing what we're doing, and stay positive, stay committed, and not give up. So, all right, guys, I love you very much, and I will catch you guys here in my next video. Bye.